We're here at the Pelham Library where David T. Chapman will be sharing 15 years of storm chasing experience. Was there a single incident that occurred that influenced you?
I would say probably when I first saw that in my first tornado when I was 12. I was so excited about it, so fascinated by it that I just had to. I told my friends I was going to be a chaser when I grew up, and I just held on to it and kept reading a lot of books about it, and continued into it, and eventually photographing them, and then video now too.
What excites you most when chasing?
Well, a lot of the time in my early years, it was actually just the thrill of it, seeing it all, capturing the shot. It was all about capturing the shot. Now that I'm doing more of the forecasting and picking out a target area, which storm chasers will see potential in one area, and that's what they call a target area. It doesn't mean a tornado will form, but it's most likely where the most severe weather will be. And so it's taking all that weather information now and putting all the puzzle pieces together and saying this is where the worst storms are going to be today.
This is a very dangerous pastime, as you can, I'm sure, agree. What's the most dangerous thing that's really happened to you during your 15 years of experience?
Yeah, the most dangerous thing has probably been the lightning. We respect it as much as possible, but it's just so unpredictable. You just can't predict where it's going to be. And the dangerous one was having it basically go over my head and hit in the field behind. That was the most dangerous because I was outside the vehicle. We've had lightning actually hit 2 fence posts on each side as well as in front of the car. But we were in the vehicle, so it wasn't necessarily dangerous to us, but it could have been if we'd been photographing the storm outside.
David's pursuit of severe weather often includes other members of the Chapman family.
It is typically my dad, Brian Chapman, and he's got that hunting instinct, and again, being a 2-person team, we can do it safer because he doesn't have to check navigation or anything like that. I get to tell him where to go, basically. So I chase typically with him. My brother has chased with me as well. And for some reason, when him and I chase together, there seems to be a lot of action. There was a tornado in September of 2011, and it was near Grimsby, just a small little F0. And we were only a couple kilometers away. We just couldn't see it because it was just completely rain wrapped yeah, typically those two. But when in my younger days, when I only had my G1, I did bring my mom out sometimes too. But that was mainly for weaker thunderstorms and lightning as well.
What locations do you have your sights set on for severe weather in the upcoming months?
Honestly, I've been looking at where there's a lot of snow or moisture in the ground still. So I'm looking at the Grey, Bruce, Owen Sound and Barrie down to Guelph area. I see kind of a bit of a storm track through there as they're going to be actually getting an ice storm potentially this coming the next 2 days, so I often look to see where moisture levels are going to be. We've been a little drier in Niagara, but I've seen drier yet. So I do think we'll have our storms here this year, but I'm looking a little bit further north.
As for the future, David intends on continuing to educate the public. He also has hopes of doing a documentary in the very near future. Reporting for The Source in Pelham, this is Kevin Coyle.